Hey, so I'm going to run you through the steps to install Runway. If you've never installed Runway before, it's pretty simple. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to runwayml.com. You're going to hit download Runway ML beta. And it should download the DMG really quickly if you're on a Mac. One thing to know is that when you install Runway for the very first time, if you never had an account before, you'll get $10 in free credits. And you'll need to set up an account in order to get that. So we're going to go ahead and install this. And I'll be back once it's finished installing. All right, so I have Runway installed. I'm going to go ahead and open it. When you first open Runway, if you don't have an account yet, you're going to need to create an account. I have an account already, so I could sign in. Let me just walk you through the create an account flow. You're going to need to set up an email address. Of course, they're smarter than me. Let me use another account. You're going to need to create a username. Let's see if this will let me do this. It's a dummy account for me, so I'm not really going to matter too much about username and password. Yeah, first name and last name apparently. They're going to send me a verification code. I'm going to put that in, so I'll be right back. So I just put in my verification code, so we're all set. I can go in here and hit start. Now it's important to know that when you first start an account, you'll have $10 in free credits. One of the places that you can go to find how many credits you have left is to go to your Runway account. If you go up here and click on Runway and you go to manage your account, you'll come to this page. You'll need to log in over here. Once you're logged in, you'll see there's a section here called credits. You can go in here. This is your balance. So again, because it's a brand new account for me, I have 10 credits. If you're in my class and you get a coupon code, you can put in your coupon code right here. So just go to account.runway.ml.com/credits, and you can put in the coupon code. That'll give you some more free credits. Let's jump back into Runway and let me show you how to use it. All right, so we're back inside of Runway. The first screen that you'll come to is a screen that says Browse Models, Quick Start, or Train a Model. If you're in my class, I recommend that you not mess with Train a Model just yet. I'll be teaching you ways to do sort of the newer StyleGAN version, unlike what's in the current Runway system. I know they're going to move to StyleGAN 2 soon, but I don't think they're there yet. So let's take a look at Browse Models. This is where the majority of our work will be done. What's really great about Runway is that there are a ton of models in here to review and explore. So if you're ever interested in just sort of like playing a little bit with ML and sort of understanding what its capabilities are, this is a great place to start. One of the things that has happened recently with the newest version of Runway is that all of the StyleGAN models that people are training and have made public have started showing up here. So it's a little kind of chaotic to like go through here and explore different pieces. There's a lot of different models in here. Like I noticed that Simpsons has shown up. There's a lot of other like public models. So one of the things that I might recommend you do is instead of sort by trending, I would actually look at the categories. So one of the things that I might look at is there's a bunch of different categories in here. Some of these make sense, some of these don't. So like category community of StyleGAN, that's going to be all the different StyleGAN trained community models. So if you're really interested in playing with some of the already existing StyleGAN models, it's really helpful. But for us and for my class, I want people to explore other models besides just StyleGAN. So you can go through here. There's a bunch of different ones. Image synthesis is going to help you create new images. Motion capture is probably going to be pose detection and that sort of thing. We might not do that a lot in my class, but if you're really interested in that category, it exists. Text-based is probably going to be like GPT-2, which is going to help you like create new text from just a sentence, which is pretty cool. Recognition, that's probably like classification. So that could be like YOLO, any other types of like quick recognitions things. So that's like if I hold a bottle in front of the screen, it'll know it's a bottle, that sort of thing. Post-processing is stuff like super resolution models. So if you want to like take a low-res image and blow it up, post-processing might be your thing. Style transfer is just that. There's a ton of different style transfer models. And workflow, I'm not sure. Let's look at what's inside a workflow. Edge detection, text detection, and images. So this is sort of like nice tooling that you might use in one of your workspaces to help sort of like connect some things together. Cool. So I'm gonna look at post-processing. I'm gonna pull up one of the super resolution models and let's look at it. Cool. So when you're looking at models, one of the things I really recommend is that you don't immediately add it to your workspace, but rather you look at the Learn More section first. So when you click into Learn More, there's always going to be an overview of what the model does. So in this example, image super resolutions for 2x, 3x, and 4x upsampling. So you might not know exactly what that means, but I can tell you 2x is double the image size, 3x is triple the image size, and 4x is quadrupling the image size. You can always look at the gallery and kind of see what images are here. I'll say for most models, it's usually like a single image from one of the papers that the researchers produced. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it isn't. I can tell that this is like showing me what an up resolution looks like of that small little patch. That's kind of helpful, but maybe not the most helpful thing. What I always recommend doing is scrolling to the bottom of this page and looking at paper. So again, the papers are sometimes very math heavy, sometimes they're really abstract and hard to understand, but usually they have a lot of images in it that can help you sort of understand exactly what it does. So you might want to review that paper. You can just click this, it pops open. Since I happen to know how this one works, I'm going to go back to my model. The next thing you want to do is if this is the model you want to use, you're going to want to add it to your workspace. And the way workspaces work is that it's essentially a place to hold a bunch of different models where you could chain a bunch of models together in a way to produce a piece of art. So maybe one thing I want to do is I want to use attention GAN, which is another model that allows you to produce images from text. And I might want to connect that to this model so that I can do a super resolution of that smaller image sample. In this case, I'm just going to add this individual model to my workspace and just work just from this model. So in here, you can create a new workspace. You can give it its own name, or you can use the funny names that Runway uses. Let me go ahead and create this. Once I've created it, I now have a space here. It says my workspace. This is the model I'm using. If there were another model, it would show up under here, and you could connect the two. The most important thing to look at with any models is what are the input and what are the outputs. So in this case, it says input image, and I've got the option of a camera, I've got the option of a file. So if I use camera, that's actually going to use my built-in laptop camera. But in this case, I want to use the file input. So I'm going to open a file from a previous class that I just taught. I happen to like this image, which is from Giulio Domo. I really like this one. It's super weird. It looks kind of like Trump, which I don't know if that's bad or good. But anyway, I'm going to use it. When you upload it, it now has a representation of what the file looks like, but I'm not doing anything yet. So it's important to remember that Runway costs 5 cents a minute, and that cost is the minutes that you are running your server for. So down here at the bottom, you'll see that there's a Run Remotely button. When I press this button, it's going to start charging me 5 cents a minute. So I want to make sure that I'm kind of set up and ready to go before I hit run. I'll also notice that here in the the right-hand panel, there's a thing called scale. And I've got 2x, 3x, or 4x. One thing that's important to know about Runway is a lot of your settings have to be set before you hit run. So if you hit run and then you want to switch to 4x, you're actually going to have to stop the model and rerun it again. So in this case, I'm just going to, let's do 4x. Let's just see what it looks like at 4x. So it's worth noting that I'm uploading a 256 by 256 image. So I think if my math is good, this should be like 1024 when it comes out. So I'm going to hit run. When I hit run, it's going to start charging me. So see the model's setting up and running. What this is basically doing in the background is it's setting up a server online. It's talking to that server over a network usage, and then it's starting to run this process. So that was really, really quick. It was up and it was running, and it ran for like, it took 1.38 seconds, and it did produce a 1024 by 1024 image. So if I want to export that image to my desktop, there's this little button right here that says Save Image. Click this. Rename it however you want. Hit Save. If I want to do a second image, I can pick another one from here. Let me pick up this guy. Let's Let's do a dog on the beach, because that definitely looks like a dog on the beach. And as soon as I upload that, it's gonna save it out. So again, this took a second and a half to run. Pretty great. Hit save and save it down. Now, I'm done, so I'm gonna hit stop. So I'm no longer being charged. One thing that I think is really important to notice or to know is that like sometimes I've accidentally left this running. Maybe I was like in a hurry and I just like quickly changed screens. If I leave that running, it's gonna run through all of my credits. So one thing I think is really, really important with Runway is that you make sure you hit stop, and when you're really done using the application, you quit out of the application. I have a bad habit of just leaving apps running all the time in the background. So for Runway, I think it's really important to make sure you quit. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit, and I'm done with Runway. So I think it's really important to go and explore a bunch of different models. What's really helpful about Runway is that 5 cents a minute is still a lot cheaper than me having to learn how a model is going to work, upload it to a server, run that server, find there's code errors, other issues. It's a lot easier to sort of demo lots of new models inside Runway. It's a really great app for like sort of experimenting. And once you sort of have your experiment down, you might want to move to a server to save yourself some money. But to do that quick little experiment with different models is really, really helpful. All right, let me know if you have any other questions in the comments, and I'll see you next time.